Hey there, welcome to episode 11 of the Digital Ramble. My name is Chris Gamble, joined as always in Houston, Texas by JJ Cannon. Hey JJ.
Hey, good evening, good afternoon. How are you, my friend?
I'm very good. I'm very excited about continuing on from our last two episodes. So if you've joined in previously, 2 weeks ago we did top reasons to hire a home technology professional. Last week we talked about how to find that smart home professional. And now the big one, we're going to be talking numbers, we're going to be talking value. How much is this home technology professional going to cost you?
How much is it going to cost you? Dun, dun, dun.
The bottom line.
Hey, for our new listeners and viewers, I'm JJ Cannon, CEO of Digital Delight. I run a small smart home design and installation firm for the past 20 years, and it has been a wonderful ride. And I also hold a master's degree in getting knocked down and getting back up.
And for new viewers, my name's Chris Gamble. I'm based over here in the UK. I run a smaller business called Customized, and we are smart home professionals servicing a wide audience in the east of England.
Hey, thank you to all the support that we've gathered over these many episodes that we've done, even before we started coming to Studio Gamble. But you know, we have a lot of Patreons out there, and we thank our Patreons for your support. We could not do this on a weekly without y'all, so thank you very much. And if you want to help contribute to the Digital Ramble, check us out on our Patreon page.
Yeah, and like I say, when this goes out on Facebook, join in the comments, hit that like button. I also like it when people hit the laughing button, the wow button. I like seeing that constant stream of ones. Yeah, I like it when it goes a bit crazy. It normally goes a bit crazy when it's Cannon Fire and Gamble Ramble, and we've got that coming up later. We've got a good one today. But the main topic for today's episode is, where's the value? Where's the return on paying out for this professional to come to your home, to install your technology, to look after your technology, to show you how to get the most from it, to guide you through your next purchase and what's going to work with what? We talked about what the professional brings, but is there true value in this professional? We're also going to talk about how much you should expect to pay for some typical services. We're going to relate that to the all setup services that we have here at Customized, just as a reference, as a benchmark to some of the things that are available. But JJ, you see great importance in using the professional in the same way that people are using professionals for electrics and plumbing. And so tell us about where's the overall value before we go into numbers. Where's the true value?
You know, I see it in a couple of different ways, Gamble. You know, I have turned our company into a service-based business rather than a product-based business. And that's a major shift from what we used to do in the past. And so in doing that, you know, we're very relative to here in the States, you know, like to other service-based business like the yard guy or the electrician or the plumber or the pool guy, those types of services. But there's a little bit difference. One, we are very new to the service-based business in the sense that technology, yes, for many years we've been doing audio distribution and engineering of sophisticated solutions, but there's been a shift. And with the shift, the education, the understanding of the different metrics, because unlike the traditional service-based business like an electrician, it's been static and the same for many decades. And so we are in our technology business that changes all the time on a daily basis. And I mean, you're going to talk about a couple of different, a couple of different skill sets that you need associated with different products for what we're actually deploying on a regular basis.
Sure, we can get into that, but you touched on something where you said that we're a new service provider, and I think a lot of homeowners appreciate that we're a new service provider. It's somebody that they've not that they've not had to use in the past. They're having to use businesses that are offering technology services because of the incoming devices from Apple and Google and Nest and Sonos and all these brands that we talk about every week. And it's because of this takeover, this tech takeover, that they need the professional to come in. And although we're new kids on the block, we're not cheap. We're not an inexpensive trade to use. So you won't be frivolous with recruiting a home technology professional once you start seeing the invoices. And I'm being quite straight to the point here, because home technology professionals generally are not cheap to hire. They would be what I would term more of the premium tradesperson that you might have in your home.
Right, absolutely. And associated with that are the skill sets and the education and the understanding, as well as additional experiences that we can, as an industry, provide. I have a small experience center at my office, and like you can see behind you, you also have an experience center that people can come in and actually put their hands on and understand exactly what they're going to have in deployed in their home. And it looks like you've got a variety of different solutions there. It's not just one. It's not just audio, but you're doing door locks and shades and lighting control and audio distribution and some video distribution. And so it's technology is your main umbrella, but there's all types of individual educational understandings for different skill sets that a home technology professional will have the ability to provide for you.
Yeah, so I think some of the costs that you may face when hiring a professional that may appear high, and I'm going to talk about numbers in a second, but there's a lot of overheads for some of the bigger home technology firms. Their premises, their showroom facilities, their demonstration equipment, higher costs sometimes for quite regular training courses that these businesses have to undertake. I don't know of many plumbers that have a showroom. Yes, kitchen and bathroom and tiling showrooms. There are these kind of showrooms, but they're typically the person who sells the tile, sells the sink, sells the kitchen unit.
They're not the service provider.
They're not the plumber. They're not the electrician. An electrician with a showroom just doesn't sound right at all. What are you going to show me? Plugs and switches? A fuse board? No, but a home technology professional, in a lot of cases, will have facilities for you to visit and for you to hang out in and try before you buy. And that's part of the reason why, and I'm going to start throwing some numbers out there. Well, some professionals, I'm going to go straight in with what we charge and be quite honest with it. In some cases, we may charge £500 per day per technician. It sounds a lot of money when I say it out loud, but there's a big reason for that. We've got the overheads. We've got the investment in our staff, the training.
I would say majority of the firms are very structured similarly, like you're talking the staff, the vehicles. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. I didn't mean to interrupt you there. Go.
Yeah. So £500 for a home technology professional for a whole day, 8 to 10 hours possibly. That's, 60, 70, maybe £50 per hour. You break it down into hourly rate. That's not extortionate. There's nothing overly high about that. So if you were needing a professional for a couple of hours, 100, 150, £200, maybe, I'm talking UK money here. It's not as heavy as, it's maybe a heavier price than maybe your builder, or you're maybe slightly higher than your plumber, maybe on par or slightly higher than your electrician. But they're not going to be cheap. And I want to keep repeating that. they're not going to be the inexpensive tradesperson.
Right. And you know, Gamble, we recognize that as we're more of an investment than your traditional tradesperson, and so we've looked at tackling different ways of trying to make sure that the client gets the most return out of their investment in our firm. And what we also offer our clients is consultations with maybe other trades that can deliver the service. We provide the material and the understanding and the education of how to get it done, as well as the supervision. And so they might have somebody else that can provide the same service with the correct understanding. And then we can truly get our true tradesmen, our team, in there when it's time to actually install and deploy the hardware. So we've looked at, yes, and understand that that there's definitely a value associated with the services that we're providing us. But there's different, and with our firm, there's different breakups for different solutions, in the sense of our pre-wire is not rated at the same type, at the same price of what our true professional home tech professionals are rated at for when we go into a client's home.
Yeah, no, and a lot of businesses, I'm sure, have that tiered approach. Generally, our business, we don't do a lot of pre-wire anymore. We're quite happy to let others do that, typically the electrical contractor for the project. But a line item that we see a lot going out in our projects is project management, project supervision, project documentation and administration. And that all sounds quite dull, but we have a role where we, in some occasions, we're orchestrating other tradespeople. We're checking on, not checking on their work, but we're checking the progress, and we're checking that the things are in the right locations and it's the right wiring type, possibly for the climate control, for the motorized blinds, for the lighting control panel. And so that, again, having that multi-skill knowledge and multi-skill set ability, it justifies the higher price,
because we're usually communicating with a variety of different trades, Gamble, in the sense of, like, with the builder or with the electrician or
Correct, yeah.
with the service provider, and then also understanding their individual parts of the build, but also having to understand how our smart devices will interface alongside their solutions. And there's a lot of communication that goes along with communicating with those different trades, and the knowledge in order to be able to fit our technology that is really starting to become more of a standard rather than an afterthought. And so plumbers need smart water valves or moisture sensors, and they don't want to mess with it. Electricians, have to or wanting to be a little bit more energy efficient and extend the lifetime of, let's say, bulbs or the energy, and so they need smart dimmers and light switches in order to accomplish that. And then the security aspect that's added to it. So communicating with the devices that we provide that can facilitate those needs has to have a line of communication with other trades.
Yeah, correct. Now, so we're going to move on to maybe some items of installed technology, professionally installed tech that's being put in. But before I go into that, I'm just going to highlight some of the classic high-priced professionally installed services that may be things you've really got to be tuned into the price of these things and not assume that they're always going to be affordable. So I'm picking out three big things that can be budget busters, that can be,
unexpected.
Yeah, unexpected. A wow factor in the wrong sense. So top of the list for me of high-priced home technology, professionally installed services, home cinema, home theaters. JJ, you might have experience of this because you've been in this industry longer, but I've seen some cinemas costing well in excess of six figures. It's not something we do as a business. I don't know if it's something that you've done in the past, but they can be some serious spending on home theater.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. A major investment can be dropped into a single room. But I have to say, I have been and have experienced these theaters, and if it's done correctly, I mean, there's a fellow that I know up in New York that designs some amazing theater rooms, and he's definitely doing 5-figure, 6-figure home theater designs on a regular basis, and the clients absolutely love it. We don't see those ourselves. That's not what our client base is or who our audience is yet. But yeah, definitely, man. Some of those theaters can get way up there, and it's the design, it's the acoustics. There's a lot of engineering that goes into designing and building out a correct theater room, and as well as the knowledge base. It really the value's in the knowledge, Gamble, the know-how.
No, and just to re-emphasize, cinemas at that price level are absolutely jaw-dropping. And going back to wow factor, is the price might be wow if you're not expecting that kind of price, but if you have and you get that kind of installation done, it is wow for many, many years. You're going to get a lot of enjoyment out of a professionally installed home theater in your home. Another big ticket item, and it's one that we've got a lot of experience with, is lighting control systems. These are, for us, Lutron is a big brand we use. In the past, we've used KNX lighting systems, which are big in Europe. And I specifically want to target the word control, lighting control. This isn't the lights. This isn't the cable. This is the system that controls the lights. So moving away from a traditional switch or a turn rotary dimmer, this is possibly a centralized lighting system with that's programmable for times and dates and brightness levels and scenes and different color temperatures and different colors. A lighting system in a large home is another £20,000 plus system.
Yeah, we estimate them pretty regularly, Gamble, and we do a lot of lighting control here in the Houston area. I want to say, an average 6,000 square foot home that has close to 100 dimmers or is anywhere from 15 to 18,000 neighborhood for us. That's pretty standard for that turnaround on that solution. That is installed and programmed and laser etched. But yeah, that's a pretty big wow for clients but the experience, the security, that solution provides that homeowner. It's kind of one of those things. If you've never had it, then you don't know what you're missing. But if you have it, it's like, I don't ever want to go back.
Sure. Yeah, we have that comment a lot where people find it strange going into houses that have normal switches. They struggle walking around houses without sensors and dimming and brightness levels changing throughout the day. So final third one, and this one might come as a surprise because it can often be talked about as being quite affordable, and multi-room music can be with small standalone speakers like Amazon Echoes and Sonos Play Ones, and they're quite affordable. But multi-room music can cost a lot of money when you start adding up zonal amplifiers. So maybe like, say, Sonos amps, £600 per amp, so one per room. A pair of speakers, in-ceiling speakers, depending on the quality, can be £400, £500, £600 for that pair of speakers. Then the installation, there's some wires had to be run. Somebody's going to cut holes, get up ladders. Somebody's going to connect all the equipment, show you how to use it. You could be looking at £1,500 per room or per zone of music. Kitchen, bathroom, bedroom, ensuite, living room, outdoor. That's 6 zones, 6 times 1,500. We're back into 5-figure sums here.
See, the thing is that, what you just explained, absolutely. But behind the scenes, the understanding of what products work together with one another, the design and the engineering. Yes, it's a particular amp and a pair of speakers, but what speakers sound best with that amp? Why are you choosing that amp? The reliability, the minimalistic form factor, the no heat, are crucial understandings of the products that we're choosing, but being able to engineer that in a way that will also, as your system expands, can then interconnect. So as resources become available and you want to add a lighting control, or you want to add, because it's all scalable, but designing towards that, the understanding of what products and why to put into a client's house, as well as the understanding of the engineering of how that home is built. A lot of clients will look at a wall and say, yeah, you can just run a wire right there and across and you're there, you're good. Yeah, but the understanding of what is behind that wall, like if the engineering and how that home was built on the fly. We go into a lot of homes and have to run wires. Retro is what we call it. And the understanding, and then the placement. Like, you just don't want to throw some speakers up in the ceiling. I mean, there's placement. We want to do it in a cosmetically appealing way, and as well as an acoustically placed, appropriately acoustically placed pair of speakers, that will maximize the performance of the room. And then in addition, Gamble, if you do the solutions that we provide, like the Sonos amp, and then, there's the Sonos by Sonance speakers, or Sonance by Sonos speakers that are coming out, you could do True Play. And so now you can calibrate that room for its ambience, for its size, for its tonalities, to really give you a premium experience for that room. Is there a more affordable way, Gamble?
Yes.
Yes.
But it's managing the expectations.
Yes. Understanding.
So I could argue, if we look at the customized all set up service, I could argue that choose a Sonos Play 5 set up, and you're shown how to use it by the tech team on our side, at £549 price tag for an awesome sounding speaker. Have 4 or 5 of those, one in the kitchen, one in the lounge, one in the bedroom. Maybe have something different in the bathroom. Maybe you only need a Sonos One mounted on the wall. As you come into the bathroom, you've got voice control. That's £249 all set up. Maybe a little bit more if there's a bracket and a little bit of cabling, but it's not going to be 4 figures. So for the price, and this is where we balance it out for customers when we're being respectful to their budget. We're being mindful,
transparent of options that are available, like in understanding what their needs and expectations that need to be met.
Yeah, and we're totally respectful of their budgets, and that they're going to be spending on flooring and roofing and glazing and kitchens.
And so Gamble, right there, you were talking about doing Play 5s throughout a person's home, and that you still have to have the knowledge of connecting it. It's not that challenging, to be quite honest with you. But being able to manage and maintain and create an experience for that homeowner, I mean, people want that service. They want that person to fall back on. And if there is a challenge, when they make the call, that person on the other line knows what they're talking about because of the experience. And a lot of people say I need to charge, but I don't charge. But that aftercare, like somebody calls me and there's a problem, and I help them over the phone to find a solution. And
I think you need to charge for that.
Yeah.
I think for what, we're going a bit close to the bone with our own businesses, but we we run it pretty lean. Our businesses are pretty lean. So I think you need to be charging for the aftercare and the support after maybe a certain time period.
Yeah.
That you should be. And I don't think customers would be too against that. If the service level is good and the response is always swift, then yeah, it's a paid for service. Some other services that are very popular here, video doorbell. We do the Nest Hello, all set up, £339. So the doorbell's £229. The installation is £100. You know, that's not out of reach for a lot of people. What are you going to get? A true smart home superstar. Your front of house protected with view from anywhere, camera, alerts to your phone, pull it up on your Google Home and you can see who's at the front door. I'm a big fan of that. You know, that's an affordable technology service done by a pro. The other one, if we look at climate control, the thermostat, very popular again, you know, starting from £279, the Nest E thermostat, fully installed by a pro, done and dusted, no mess. We hoover up. We're so conscientious. We're so respectful of your property. We have the blue shoes on. We come in and we do a really nice installation. So home technology in the past always talked about high priced. You know, I don't have a luxury home. I can't have a smart home. No, there are services in the hundreds of pounds where you can still get a highly skilled technician in your home installing brands that you're going to fall in love with.
Absolutely, Gamble. Hey, you know what? Today, we've got a good friend that's having a birthday.
We do, yeah. Or on the recording, Monday.
Yeah, well, yeah, Monday. Yeah, that's right. We do premiere on Wednesday. But, yes, today is Monday, and I want to send a special shout-out to our good buddy Lee Burns there in the UK. And we've gotten to know Lee over the past year. He's a great guy.
And I'm going to leave Cannon Fire right to the end. I'm just going to I'm going to tee you up for that, but I'm going to just give a quick shout out for the audience. I want you to join in the comments when you view this live or later. It's Valentine's Day this week, and I feel now in 2019, technology is playing a part in Valentine's Day. We're dimming the lights. We're voice activating the fireplace. The blinds are closing at sunset. The music is being adjusted by voice or app, and we're queuing up a Spotify playlist. Join in the comments. Is technology now a big part of Valentine's Day in your home?
I would think so. You know what? My good buddy Joe Whitaker sent me a picture of a button they have there at his shop. It's called Barry White mode. You push the button, Barry White starts playing on his Sonos. The shades drop, the lights, illuminate to that perfect orange hue. Woo. I think I'm gonna go.
So,
do that now.
We're ready. We're ready for some Cannon Fire again, Mike.
All right. We got Cannon Fire, and it's State of the Industry. Dun dun dun. Man, we have 2 dun dun duns today. No, it's a big one. State of the industry. There has been, I've been saying it for the past several years now, there has been an expansion of the C from custom to consumer. And what I mean by custom is that majority of our clientele in the past has been luxury, like yachts and, what do y'all call them out there? Big, y'all don't call them plantations, but estates.
Estates.
And really high-end, super luxury installs that cost a lot of money. And for many years, we were also providing that custom solution to our clients that did not necessarily have the estate necessarily. Still really nice, large homes. But over the past 3 years, Gamble, there's been maybe 4 years. I've been at this probably 4 years. So maybe the past 4 years, there's been a major shift in technology that clients, a broader market can actually start utilizing, embracing because of its affordability. I've shifted my business to help and provide those types of solutions to a broader audience. And somewhere along the lines, it's rubbed a couple of people raw in our industry, and they feel like we're doing something that ain't quite right. Like I'm putting. Should I say it, Gamble? Race to the bottom, and it just kills me because I am trying to take the tools that I've been provided through our association, the certifications, the networking, the relationships that I've made with manufacturers at a very high level, and expand that into creating an experience that is embraced by that's capable of being embraced by a much larger audience. And so I think in doing what I'm doing really brings awareness to the entire industry as a whole, not only for these simple smart devices, but we've just went through a 3-series discussion of why you need a smart home professional, and it's broader than highly engineered systems. You still have engineering and deployment and professionalism and certification that goes right along with everything that we're installing to create a premium experience for the end user, predominantly through service and rather than big box margins. So that's my cannon fire for the day.
Well done. Well done. So I really hope to see lots of people smashing that likes and heart buttons during that cannon fire when we premiere this on Wednesday. So the podcast will be out tonight. We'll be out Tuesday, and then Facebook, and we will be looking forward to all your comments on Valentine's Day. Please like and share our page. We really appreciate all your support. Join in on Patreon, and you can be a direct influence on this show, and you can support us too on our podcast quest here. Next week, we're going to do a deep dive into nulls, Nest, Ubiquiti, Lutron, Logitech, Sonos, and what that is and how that's part of the framework of our businesses. And a lot of people ask us what nulls is. So guys, JJ, thank you very much for joining in again. It's been a great episode.
Absolutely. I love doing this on Mondays with you, Gamble. This is awesome. I have so much fun. Hey, until next week, you have a great week.
Take care.
All right, buddy. Every month, the Digital Ramble will receive a regular source of income from supporters who've pledged through Patreon. For as little as $1 a month, having your ongoing support means we spend less time thinking about business and more time creating quality content for you.
Customized, based in Norfolk, England, are proud sponsors of the Digital Ramble. Check out our all setup services. It's smart home installation with ease. Customize.uk.com.
If you're looking to make your basic home smart, check out digitaldelight.com/shop, where they have a variety of different smart home technology solutions that help make smart home shopping easy for you. Check out digitaldelight.com/shop.